Thanks for staying with us. Now, yesterday we spoke to the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Public Service and Administration, who's written to the Public Service Commission to investigate the appointment of Gauteng Health Department head Arnold Malotana. The Democratic Alliance also writing to the Public Protector's Office to investigate this particular matter. So now, for a right of reply, we speak to Vuyo Mhaga, who's the Gauteng Provincial Spokesperson, to get a sense of what exactly is going on here. Good evening to you, Mr. Mhaga, and thank you so much for your time. Firstly, your reaction to the development that the Public Service Commission will now be probing this matter?
Well, I suppose because they are one of the important institutions of the state, so they've got that right to do that. The question initially emanated from Jack Bloom, who's the, what we'll call the DA person for health, asking the question, and there was sufficient response to it, and we equally responded in terms of the actual process. But if there's really a need for further probe, I don't think we'll have issues with that. We'll be able to provide that information because we believe everything basically was done above board and all necessary vetting was basically done.
And why do you think, though, that this matter still continues to draw the ire of some? I mean, because when we speak to Parliament yesterday, they tell us that they spoke to a whistleblower, and this whistleblower raised some serious concerns, even around the issue of qualifications.
No, that's what is confusing, because, I mean, I can tell you now, there would have been a circular 43 by the TPSA, who was responsible for the public servants. There would have been an advert in the national newspapers. There were about 18 people who have applied. 3 were shortlisted. 4 MSCs were part of the interview. The DG of Health, nationally, the DG in the province was part of the interview. The criminal records and the academic records were checked by the MIA, the Managed Integrity team. On top of that, as we normally do with all HODs, he had to go through the vetting process by SSA, and all those processes were basically done prior him being actually, being appointed. So I'm still confused what exactly is an underlying issue.
So does he...
seems to be there. As I'm saying, all these bodies... Yes.
Pardon me for coming in there. So does he hold this master's degree that is relevant to this position?
Yes, all these qualifications, as I've said, they were placed there. They were verified in terms of the criminal record, in terms of his qualification, including in terms of his any other thing that to vet himself in terms of his lifestyle and all that. That is normally done by the SSA, which is done by all other HODs that are there. So that's why I'm saying there's a bit of a confusion to ourselves. But as I've said, I mean, if the PSA wants to really go and do that work, I think they are at liberty to do that. That's why they are supposed to do.
Another layer to the conversation is the fact that they say there are serious allegations above his head and that there's an SIU investigation which links to some tender rigging allegations, which they claim, he's among those who scored possibly millions in kickbacks. Is there such an investigation first?
No, that's why I'm saying to you, Sisbo, part of the people that we have said, this guy must go through the integrity to make sure that he gets cleared in terms of the criminal record. Not only that, he must undergo through vetting by SSA, which is, that's why that normally vets everyone, basically. So if those two bodies says he's cleared, I don't think anyone who's got that ability and capacity in the form of myself or the Premier or any other person to really doubt those institutions, state institutions that are solely responsible for that particular work.
So this investigation does not exist?
Not in as far as we are concerned. We are not aware of that particular work. As I'm saying, if it was existing, those bodies that we're talking about ought to have alerted us that there are these issues that are there. Therefore, you guys, we don't advise that you must basically proceed. And that information has not come forth for us.
So when it comes then to, the fact that the Democratic Alliance has also written to the Public Protector, requesting the Public Protector to investigate this matter. So there's now the Public Service Commission, there's now the Public Protector, there's of course a number of people who are watching to see how this one unfolds. Are you confident, after everything you've said, that as the Gauteng government, you've done everything everything to the latter and investigations will find in your favor? You're confident?
That's what I'm saying, Sibonga. The best thing to gain confidence out of that, if I say there's a report from SSA to check his lifestyle and all that, has cleared him, that's the first part. All HODs go through that. If there's a report that checked his criminal records and checked his qualification and they've cleared, I don't think I would be in a position further than that to say where else must I go to make sure that I satisfy myself, because these are institutions of the state that are meant to do exactly that. So if those institutions of the state says, well, he's got a clean record, who am I to say, well, he does not have?
All right, Vuyo, this conversation continues, and hopefully then when these investigations wrap up, we get to talk to you to get your reaction, and even from all the other parties as well, the DA as well as Parliament, to get a sense of what exactly is at the heart of this particular matter now. But thank you so much for your right of reply. That was Vuyo Mhaga, the Gauteng Provincial Spokesperson.